They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed. Good evening, everybody. I am a witch. Yes, indeed. Good evening. I hope everybody is well. First of all, thank you so much to Patricia for just letting you all know that I was running a few minutes late. I was actually on the members only live. So I was talking on there, and I ended up doing a reading for one of our lovely members, which took me over time. You know, you should all, if you're regular here by now, right, you will always know that I invariably go a little bit over time. But yes, good evening to everybody. Thank you for joining us so promptly. Melinda, how are you feeling, my darling? How are you feeling? Listen, we've just had a members only where it was very clear that an awful lot of people are going through some... Oh, OBS is disconnecting already. Let me just pull that up. Everybody good. Oh no, Melinda, you're doing okay now, but after seeing the pain management specialist, doctor, he hurt your ankle more and you were in a lot more pain for a few days. My darling, I know, I have been there. I feel you. I feel you, my darling. Oh my God. When they go, oh, you've got to go to physiotherapy, and you go and they go, oh, it'll be fine. And you're like, I can't actually move now. I am permanently like this. Yes, oh God, I feel you, my darling. I absolutely do. You did receive your duet walker chair. Oh, I'm glad you've got it, and now you can crack on with it. Do you know what I mean? You can crack on with it now, my darling. Start pimping the bloody thing. Talking of which, I said on the members, I've got various things are going in the post tomorrow, including I've got your charm thing that I'm going to send you. Crystal Rose, whenever you pop in, I've got your necklace from the giveaway that's 6 months ago. I do apologize, but yours is coming. Nanette, you also won a necklace on that day as well, so that's coming. And what else have I got? I've got something going in the post for Neil as well, so that's all coming. So yeah, the post will be, that should be tomorrow, unless my fibro kicks in and then I'm like, ugh, you know, unless I end up being a bit unconscious most of tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, my darling, it will all go out in the post, and then it's just down to, you know, the American postal system and the British postal system working together, which will be amazing. Anyway, Melinda, you're going to go out and come back in. Okay, my love, you do that if you need to. Let me have a wee look. You still haven't figured out how you want to pimp your ride? Oh, I don't know. You got to have a sound system on it. Do you know what I mean? Could you have your chair do that thing that, you know, like the cars do, the low rider cars, where they bounce up? We're all good. We're still in place. I thought I had a nip slip then, but we're all good. Could you do that where you've got like the bouncy cars, you know, like they do, like when you have on the Fast and the Furious documentary, you know, that documentary, The Fast and the Furious, where all the cars get together and they do the racing, and before that loads of people stand around the cars going, oh, that's a nice car, isn't it? Oh, that's got 2 pistons and a 14 horsepower and 52.7 carburetor flux capacitor, and all of that, right? All of that things, isn't it? It's got all of that, right? There's normally that scene where you've got the car that comes in and it's going dun, dun, dun. It's got a sound system in the back going, bah, 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 and it goes, and it jumps up and down on its own like that. Right? That's what you need. One of those. Hello, me. Hi, me. Hello, me. It's blue. You didn't get to pick the colour. That's all right. Blue's the colour of water. And water energy will give you being able to, being able to change absolutely anything, because water is what dug out that, like, canals and not canals, but you know what I mean, like riverbeds and basins. And isn't that like the Grand Canyon? Wasn't that down to like millions of years ago it being a lake, and then the lake dried out and it's the water that carved its way through? I think that's right. I might be talking nonsense. Also, everybody, I've got the biggest challenge of my life going on at the moment, right? And it isn't losing weight. It isn't fibromyalgia. It isn't waiting for ADHD. It isn't even living as an openly trans woman in an increasingly transphobic like world. No, my biggest challenge going at the moment is not swearing on the YouTubes. Okay, because I think that's one of the reasons why this channel has been sort of not quite shadow banned, but not promoted, is because I do occasionally use adult language. So now, if you ever hear me say, oh, bother, add the expletives in here. If you hear me say, oh, that's just total nonsense, add another word that would sound a bit more like full hit. You get what I'm saying? 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 I know. Ain't no stopping you now. You're on the move. Do 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 do. Ain't no stopping her now. She's got to do it. It doesn't quite work, does it? It doesn't quite work. But you know what I was going for? You know what I was going for? It did buffer. Hopefully it's not going to buffering anymore. Hopefully it's because I had my stupid VPN on. So hopefully that's all good now. Yeah, you can make it your vibe. Absolutely. Question. Hold off a second, my darling. Hold off 1 second, me. We will get to that in a little bit. I need to do a couple of things. First of all, right, I am going to go through the housekeeping, and then I will go through, I will press something else just while I try and sort this sound. So bear with me 1 second, everybody.
Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't have private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future.
Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is, it can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told what they want to hear, they're being told, as she says it, what you need to know. So I definitely recommend her. It's a really good idea to sign up for one of her memberships because they're such good value. You can be part of private live streams that take place before the main ones, and then you're in a much smaller group of people, so you're not competing with all these other people to get a reading. And it's also just a chance to chat with other like-minded people who have that kind of spirituality.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. 100%. Hopefully, or unfortunately, you might have heard the horn sound, but I think it means I've got everything working. Let me just check. Oh, we have. Fantastic. So then, everybody, when you hear this noise next, let me just turn that off. When you hear this next, it does mean that we are going to be opening a round. So what does that actually mean on this here channel? Well, basically what it means is that we are, hang on, that one. What it means is that we are officially opening the space so that you can get yourself a reading. How would you get a reading on this channel? Well, there are two ways. The first way is to, of course, put a question into that there live chat, starting with the word question once I open a round. So when you hear that horn sound, that's your notification to get your questions in. The second way is to send it through as a super chat. That way, whatever amount it is, that will come through automatically, and that will guarantee you one of the next slots. If I get more than one super chat in, I read them the order they come in. If you want to get yourself a longer reading, so 6 or 7 cards at least, then your super chat, if you super chat $10 or 8 UK pounds, Great British pounds or more, or the equivalent in whatever monetary denomination it is, then that will get you a longer 6 or 7 card reading. We look into some of the roots underneath, what's going on under the surface, and it's a longer, as I say, a longer reading. Those are the two ways to get a reading on this here channel. Either way, we are opening the next now, so do please go ahead, get your questions in. Start with the word question, and one of them will get picked at random, as I say, unless one of you sends in a super chat and guarantees that you jump in and nick that first place. So then, where are we going first? I tell you what, let's go to one of my most holy places on the planet, Stonehenge.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Exactly, just ask any one of our mods. If you do need help with that, or you need any assistance at all, if you don't know who the mods are or what to look out for, the moderators are the ones who have a spanner next to their name, and their name is in blue. So that's all you need to do. If you want to double check anything, or if you want to see if you've got any questions about how to get a reading or anything at all like that, just do speak to one of the moderators, ask them a question, and they will be able to tell you. First of all, mods, I do apologize. I'm just realizing that sorry, one second. Oh, why are things not working? There we go. Just realizing, mods, that slow mode wasn't on. It is now. That helps us out in the chat, so slow mode is on. Right then, so the keeper of the questions, let's see who has been selected. We have Mystic Girl. Mystic Girl, you have been selected at random. Let me find where the comments have gone. They're on a whole different screen. Mystic Girl, let me have a look. Where's Mystic Girl? Oh, I can't find Mystic Girl's question. Oh, I've got it. What's coming up for love? Okay, my darling, fantastic. Let's have a look. 26 minutes into the stream. Well, 26 minutes after we were due to start. There we go. 26 minutes after we were due to start, we finally get cracking with a reading. So then, let's get on with it, shall we? So we're going to cleanse the space. There we go. And I'm going to bring in Wispy. I'm going to use the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck again. This is one of my favourite decks of all time now. It's a very honest deck. It's a very modern deck. It has lots of inclusivity. That word is not a banned word. That word is not a negative word. Inclusivity is good. So we've got that. This deck has lots of different races, body types, genders, sexualities. It has lots of people with different, some people have disabilities, some people are different. There's just differences. Do you know what I mean? Like in the human race. Because we don't all actually look like each other, do we? We all look a little bit different. There was a song about that, wasn't there? If everybody looked the same, we'd all get bored of looking at each other. I don't remember what the song was, but I remember the words. Anyway, Wispy, Mystic Girl would like a question. I like the name Mystic Girl. Are you a mystic girl? As opposed to a mysterious girl, which was a song by Peter Andre back 100 years ago. But anyway, let's have a look. What's coming in love for you, my darling? Let's look at the cards for you. Now, don't forget, I can only give you the readings that the cards give me. If, for instance, although you're looking for a love reading, if everything comes up pointing at your career, for example, then that might be what the focus really needs to be on right now. Do you get what I mean? There's many a time I've been sat doing a reading for someone and they're like, I just want a reading about my work life, please, about a career. And then it turns out I lay down like 10 or 12 cards and it's all about their romantic life. It's all about, you know, issues or finding love or issues with the love or whatever it is. And I go, oh, are you sure it's about work? Because this is also, and they go, oh no, I wanted to ask something else. So anyway, let's see. So then, my darling, where you are right now, Ace of Cups reverse. Cups is your emotional suit. That's a good start. In the Four of Cups reversed, in what you need to know. And the Six of Pentacles in the future opportunities position. Let me just move this other deck out of the way. Bear with. Again, mods, I'm on the lookout. The minute if this microphone starts going a bit ropey, do please let me know and I will swap to the big one, just so just in case. Right then, my darling mystic girl, so the Ace of Cups, this is in the where you are now. So aces are normally about new starts, new beginnings, new ventures, new programs, new projects, something like that. So this is suggesting that there could be something happening in the love area. However, this is actually reversed. Now, the problem is when it's reversed, it means that there's something either lacking, or in this case, it could be looking that like there's, you might be going into a period of sadness at the moment. So maybe there's a lack of love in your life right now. So if you've recently split up with somebody, or you've recently become single, or you know things have just changed in that way, then that is what this card could be reflecting. However, I do think maybe it's looking at sort of it overall where your life is, rather than, you know, it being a new breakup. Do you know what I mean? Because breakups tend to be more like the Three of Swords or some of the other cards that are a little bit more dealing with heartache. This just feels like, it almost feels, right? It almost feels like you don't think you're ever going to find love. Do you know what I mean? And that this ace is almost you giving up on that prospect, which I hope is not the case, my darling, because we all need more love than we deserve. We absolutely, all of us, need more love than we deserve, 100%. So if it is the fact that you are feeling like you're giving up, there's a reason for it. In the what you need to know position, we've got the Four of Cups, right? Again, cups is your emotional suit of the deck. The fours, normally, if you think of a four, think of a chair or a table with four legs, right? Fours are about stability. But again, my darling, this one's reversed. So this is talking about stagnancy. This one is talking about that feeling of nothing changing, nothing. There's no new energy coming in. There's no Do you know what I mean? There's no like, oh, everything's getting wonderful. Oh, everything's really good. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing here. It feels very much, it feels very cobwebby. Do you know what I mean? If you imagine your house, right, and you've got, you know, in feng shui where you've got different corners mean different things depending on where they're facing and things like that. Don't ask me what they are because I cannot remember. I have to get me feng shui books out. But it feels like in whatever your love romance area is, it could be a little while since there's been a new romantic development there. Do you know what I mean? That area of the house, that corner of the room might be a little bit dusty and a bit cobwebby, right? This stagnancy, this lack of this lack of new energy, it almost feels, my darling, that you need to have a it almost feels, thank you Patricia, that you need to have a bit of a spring clean in the love area. Do you know what I mean? It almost feels like you need to have a bit of an emotional clear out. And what I mean by that is just to maybe look at where you are in your life, how much time you've got for romance, whether you are actually looking for romance. Because I always say you can be as open to the universe as you want. You can be as I am open to anybody that comes knocking. I will, but nobody is going to do that. Nobody's going to come and go, hello, would you like to come out on a date, please? They're not. If you aren't putting yourself out there into the universe, if you aren't, you know, going to a coffee shop and chatting to the barista, or going to, you know, an art gallery and talking to people, wherever it may be, whatever your interests are, if you're not getting out there in the real world, then you're not going to have that meet cute moment. Or if you don't like meeting people in the real world, if you're not online on dating sites or whatever it is, then again, you're not going to have that opportunity to meet someone. To be able to have that open space for love, you are going to need to make space for it. Do you know what I mean? If you're really busy in your life and you're working or studying and that's taking up a lot of your time, if you're not able to get yourself out there and put yourself where people are, whether that's in online space or in real life, then how are people going to come to you? Do you know what I mean? And that this sort of stagnant energy is really saying, look, nothing changes if nothing changes. So you've got to really get out and about. Do you know what I mean? You've got to push it. And again, if you don't like going out to single nights or to the local bars or whatever it is, I never used to like going to bars and pubs and things. I worked on the bar and pub scene for many years, so I hated it going out as a punter. But if you meet people, what hobbies do you have? What hobbies do you have? Oops. You know, are you really interested in, I don't know, murder mysteries? Do you know what I mean? If you're really interested in murder mystery books, then maybe go to a murder mystery group. You know, where they have, what's it called? Where they do, what's it called? You know, where you go for a dinner and then somebody's the murderer and you've got to find out who it is. Things like that. Anything that gets you out and about and meeting people is going to be a good way to go about finding somebody, right? So if you really like playing tennis, then go to your local tennis club and join up and join for the, you know, we're not doing, I'm not coming with a partner, but I'd like to put my name down for a random mixed pairs or for sparring. If you're, you know, whatever it is, you get yourself out there and you find those people. Or it could also be within the workplace, right? Because the Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, Pentacles is about work, career, finances, and sixes are about community. Okay, so when you've got this sort of combination of community and workplace, that could be a good way dependent. Now again, I always hesitate suggesting this, because a lot of places have rules around dating within the same workplace. Okay, especially if you're in management or you're interested in somebody in management, you know, there can be real issues if somebody is on a much higher place, or if you've got authority over them. Do you know what I mean? There can be real sort of HR concerns. So a lot of people, a lot of workplaces, you're not able to date within the workplace, right? But a lot of people meet their significant others in the place that they work, whether that be a Starbucks or a legal office or wherever it is. A lot of people, because you're there 8, 9, 10 hours a day, whatever it is, and you're there, you know, for a lot of time each and every day, where you get to know people at work. This here in your this is what's to come. This is your future opportunity. This here could be one of those situations where it's saying, so Pentacles is work, career, finance, right? So this could be where you work physically, like the place that you work in. It could be something that you have to work at, right? So this community element, it could mean doing some voluntary work, getting out there. And again, it's that thing of meeting people. But this 6 is all about that community aspect, okay? So it doesn't feel as if, in answer to your question, it doesn't feel as if there is a lot of love energy coming your way right now. It feels like there's some blockages maybe in that love region. It feels like there's a little bit of stale energy that just needs a bit of a clear out. But again, if it's something that you are genuinely looking for, and you're wanting to open up your heart, your space and your time to find someone else to spend it with, then again, it's talking about maybe having to get out there and put some of that work in. Or if you're in a workplace where it's okay, you know, you could look across the booth. If you're in an office, you could look across the booth and think, oh, actually, David in accounts is quite interesting. Or whoever it may be. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully that helps, my darling. Literally, the cards are saying at the moment, there is nothing new coming in, but it is really talking about there needs to be a bit of a refresh. So I hope that helps. And let's have a look at the comments. Am I going to need my glasses for this? Probably, because my screen, the comments are very small. Let's have a look. You are single. Okay, my darling. You're fine. You're I hate to say it, my darling, you're not really giving much information. You don't believe in dating apps. That's okay. You don't have to go on dating apps. I am old enough to have never once been on Tinder. So I always say swipe left or right. I don't know which way that is. I don't know if you like someone, you go one way or the other, right? I don't know. I've been with my partner for 10 years, and so, or 10 years in October. So we did it. It was before Tinder was a thing, but I was never on it when we met. So I've got no idea. I've got no idea how you would do that. All I know is you've got to swipe a certain way if you like them, and the other way if you don't. But again, I can imagine there's lots of people that go, oh, this person's really attractive. I like their smile. I like what they do for a living. And they're only like 20 miles away. So all of that's doable. Oh, I've swiped the wrong way. I can imagine a lot of people do that. So don't worry. I know a lot of people don't like dating sites. Your 3 partners came to you. How did you manage that? How the hell did you manage that? Well, you just sat on your bum at home and they came to you randomly. Wow. And you don't go to bars. So how are you going to meet people? Oh, you just go to work. There you are. You see, I did say about the 6 of Pentacles, that work element, you see, that work element. It's something interesting. But you don't date people at work either. Okay. I really don't know what to suggest then, my darling. If you don't date people at work, and your last 3 partners came to you, but you're fine and there's no blockages in your love energy, then I don't know what else to say, my darling. All I can say is what the cards are saying, is that at the moment, the Ace of Cups is reversed. There's no new love energy there. It feels like it's a an ongoing lack of a situationship. The Four of Cups backs that up by saying it's a stagnancy involved in your love area, if you like. I don't mean physically, I mean, you know, in your emotional side. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know. You work with women, that's okay. Women who love women are a thing. So yeah, I hope that I really do. I don't know what else I can say to you, my darling. The cards there, that's Six of Pentacles. It's about work. So if that isn't saying the place that you work at, then it will be saying that you need to put some effort in. So again, if you've got I don't know, if you're interested in, put it this way, I know two people, right, that met at a Star Trek fan club. They both went along. One of them was in a relationship when they met, but it was a bit rocky. They both went along to this fan club. They ended up seeing each other for many years after. But when they met, one was in a relationship, so they met as friends. And then over time, that relationship ended. And a little bit later, they realised they had feelings for each other. But that whole time, they were going to Star Trek films and conventions together, just as mates who had that weird sort of geeky love of Star Trek, you know, because it's really weird and geeky and only, you know what I mean? Or it might be that you're really into medieval Renaissance fairs and things like that. Go out, whatever your hobby is, whatever that area is of interest that you have, go out into the big wide world and share that with other people. That would be my advice, my darling. But that Six of Pentacles, it's either going to take some work or it's dating at work, which you've said you don't want to do. But anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. And thank you very much for your question. Right then, let's go back to the chat. I've seen lots of other people come in that I've not said hello to. Good evening to Jack Griffith. Hello to you, my darling. A good evening to, where were we? Good evening to, good evening to me. I said hello to you, my darling. Good evening to, oh, hang on, I can't see the names on this screen. Good evening to Hashita Rajput. Good evening to you, my darling. Good evening to, I said hello to Dormouse, didn't I? Yeah, and Grumpy if you're in the background. Good evening to Culture Envy. I'm lucky to not know the endless cycle of disappointment that is the dating world. I didn't say, oh, the dating app world. I was going to say, trust me. There are many occasions, and I could tell you many very sad stories about the dating world before and during some of the time with the apps, just not with a lot of dating apps. It was more about the ones where you have to message people and chat for a while. Those sort of apps, rather than the like of Tinder, where it's all about swiping this way or that way. But yes, I hope everybody is doing okay. Right then, let's have a look in that there. What am I saying? I was going to say let's have a look in the chat. We've just done that. So then, shall we have another reading? Shall we crack on and get another one under our belts? I think we should. So then, there we go. For some reason, my buttons are not working. Oh, Country's here. Good evening, Country. Every time. I don't know what it is. My brain does not see that R. It's very funny. Very funny. I'm going to get into so many problems one day, I'm telling you. I will get into a lot of problems because I will just go, especially now I'm trying really hard not to say the sweary words. But anyway, please do go ahead, pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. One of you will get picked at random. Don't forget, the only way to guarantee your reading is to go ahead and send it through as a super chat. Any amount will get you a place on the list. You'll be next. However, if I get multiple super chats in the same round, I will read them in the order they come in. And don't forget, if you do want a longer reading, you know what you can do. You can go ahead and send it through as a super chat. God, I need a coffee. Where's Rufus with my coffee? I need you can send a super chat of £8 or $10 or more to get a 6, 7 or even 10 card reading. Go ahead and do those things now, and I will be with you in 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds. Get your questions in.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. And if you don't know who the mods are, they are the ones who have their name in blue. Right then, so we've got Jack. Wondered what that was. It's the candle crackling behind me then. I thought, oh, Jack. General, what? Oh, question general reading. My eyes are starting to ache today. A general reading for Jack. Certainly, my friend, we can do that for you. Yes, okay. We've got the green candle lit today, by the way, because a few people in our members only live, a few people were feeling quite a bit under the weather today, a bit poorly, a bit run down, very, very poorly and very, very run down in lots of different ways. So we lit the green candle to send out lots of healing, positive healing, health, energy. So that will go out to everybody that's here as well. Everyone that's here, if you need it, this candle is burning for you as well. Okay, so again, it goes out to our whole wider community. Right then, Wispy, we need to go ahead and cleanse the space. So we do so with the little bell today. What was that? That R is definitely a troublemaker. That R is definitely a troublemaker, my friend. Absolutely. Only for this though. It's the only thing. The only issue I have is that is for some reason my brain just refuses to see that R. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Right, but let's have a look for you. So, for Jack, a general reading for Jack. Okay, Wispy. So, a general 3-card reading for Jack. Somebody asked me earlier about the cloths that I use. I tend to get them on Amazon. I know Jeff Bezos, evil billionaire person. You know, we're very anti-billionaires, aren't we, at the moment? Down with Elon. We don't tend to like our billionaires at the moment. However, they do some really nice cloths. There are, if you've got a local witchy shop near you, you can obviously go and get some nice tabletop cloths, altar cloths, reading cloths, things like that. But I never seem to be, whenever I need a new one, because I've spilt too much coffee over it, or I've stained it, or it's, you know, whatever's happened to it, I never seem to be anywhere near witchy shops. Do you know what I mean? And we've only got one real witchy shop here in Leeds at the moment, so it's a bit of a case of I'll have to go and go for coffee with Patricia and go and check out the shop where she is. So yeah, right then, let's have a look for Jack. So then, Jack, here we go. Let's answer your question, my friend, and we do your drop. So a general reading for Jack, where you are right now. Ooh, lots of opportunity in your life, risk and reward. What you need to know. The Empress, 2 major arcana cards. The Empress is my favorite arcana card of all time. Everybody knows that. I've talked about it so often, it's become a cliche. I know, right? That and the doodah. Oh my God, Jack, what are the odds? Somebody that's a mathematician, put the odds in. I don't know, it'd be like 78 to 3, technically, I think, something like that. I don't know, 3 to 78. I don't know how you work out odds of things, but out of 78 cards, you've got 3 major arcana cards. For those of you that are new to tarot, hi Ellis. Give Ellis a big old wave. Good evening, Ellis. For those of you that are new to tarot, why is this important? Because the major arcana, the ones that you see if it's ever depicted on telly or in films, the ones that are numbered and have the names written on them at the bottom, these are the big hitters. These are the big important cards, okay? These are like the headlines in the tarot deck. The rest of them, the suits and the court cards, are the things that make up the detail. They make up the nuance of the story. So to have 3 major arcana cards coming up says that this is a bit of an important time. So then, the Wheel of Fortune. What is this, Jack? Well, this is saying this is in the where you are now. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is all about spinning the wheel and letting it take you where it will. Now, the thing is, this is a great card, right? Great card for opportunities. It's a great card for moving in new directions and taking new paths in life and, you know, what is it? Hang on. Furrowing, no, not furrowing your brow. Forging ahead. That's what I was trying to say. Forging ahead and going in the direction that you really want to, right? That is what this card is about. Grasping those opportunities and going for it. However, if you think of a roulette wheel and you've put all your money on black and it comes up red, do you know what I mean? There's risk and reward involved. And that is the problem with the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, there is a certain element, and this particular deck, this card is a little bit less risky than some, because at least here we can see that you are perhaps able to steer your direction a little bit, but we're blindfolded. We can never truly know our future, right? We can hope and we can aim and we can work towards where we think we're going, but we can never truly, even with the cards, we can never truly know what is to come. We can see the big picture sometimes, but we can miss the little things. And sometimes when you're steering your path and you're trying to go in a new direction, it's a little bit like jumping over the fence without looking over the other side. You don't know whether you're going to have a really lovely soft landing on some lovely tall grass, or whether you're going to land in some stingy nettles, or whether there's a great big pond the other side. Do you know what I mean? And so this card is talking about there's a lot of opportunity in your life right now. And this is a really good time to grasp the nettle and grab the bull by the horns and all of those other sayings and really take control of where you want to head. But there is also a lot of hidden truths here and a lot of hidden nuances that may well not be quite as rewarding as it looks on the surface. Do you know what I mean? There may well be some hidden truths, some hidden depths, some hidden ponds and stingy nettles that you need to be careful of. In the what you need to know, we've got the Empress reverse. Now the Empress this way up is all about abundance, all about lovely nurturing energy, healing, lots of family. There's lots of warmth and empathy around this card, right? She's my favorite card in any deck. I love what the Empress stands for. Yes, there is a control element. She is a matriarch and she runs her family, but she runs it through love, right? So it's a really lovely card. When it's this way up, it's saying that whatever these directions are you're heading in, it feels almost like you are in need of that nurturing energy at the moment, that abundance, that prosperity. It feels like that is something that you are struggling with, whether that is financial prosperity or whether that is the abundance of, you know how in previous generations, right, you would have maybe your grandmother or, you know, an old aunt, and she would have bought her house years and years and years and years ago. It's all paid off. She's got a pension. She's got whatever else money that they've got, right? Not short on funds. But they're in this situation, whenever you turn up, there's always a lovely cake that they've bought, or they've got your favourite sweets, or there's a new toy, or whatever it is. When you're little, right, and they dote on you, they have that really loving family energy. Oh, you know, you've got this, that and the other. Oh, okay, well, do you need, here's some money, here's some shopping, here's whatever. They're in that position to offer that loving support, both financial and with a shoulder to cry on all of that, right? this Empress perhaps doesn't have that. That abundance element feels like it's what's being blocked at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And so it feels like whatever this is, whatever these opportunities are, be careful that you aren't either, right? And this is where the reversal gets a little bit weird. Be careful that you aren't looking at new opportunities in life and directions because you're missing this and you want that warm Hallmark family kind of, you know, fuzzy round the lens, you know, that soft focus. You really want that idealized version of a family life, or that prosperity, that abundance and prosperity where you're able to provide that, or that is something that you're being used for. Does that make sense? So there's those two elements in here, right? The first one being that maybe this is something you're lacking, so you're trying to move towards it. But if it's something that you are offering, it's something that you are naturally providing for others because that's who you are, right? If people look at you and they need support, they need that loving, emotional, nurturing support that also comes with, don't worry, I've got you, I've got your back, you know, all of that. Be careful that it's not being used, right? Just be careful it's not being used, because the thing about the Empress is incredibly caring and incredibly nurturing. Her heart is in the right place, but sometimes the Empress can be taken advantage of. A lot of times she knows she's being taken advantage of, but not every time. And when it comes up with this Wheel of Fortune, there's that element of risk there. And then finally, in what's to come, we've got Judgment. So this is saying that, and again, this is all within the next month to 6 weeks that this is going to unfold, right? I don't know whether you are being judged really harshly right now or whether you are judging yourself really harshly right now, but it feels like this is going to come up, right? Where either you feel that you haven't done enough, perhaps with this Empress card, or other people are suggesting or saying outright, you have not done enough. You have not, you have not made amends for the bad things in life. You have not squared the circle. You have not, balanced your copybook or whatever it is that they say. The Justice card is really interesting because the people that hold us to justice. So the depiction of the card is the souls of the departed being called to heaven or being called to the afterlife, right? This is an angel. I can't remember which archangel it was because my brain has just done a brain fart on it. Is it Archangel Michael? I think Saint Michael with the cross. Oh, thank you. Look, I've got a coffee coming. Talking about an angel, did you? I did wonder. I could smell something.
Yeah, I nearly caught the pan.
Oh no, is it all right?
Yeah, I just caught it just as it was. So I've had the little tiny. Only a little bag of swede. I had to do some more because it just caught.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't eat that.
Okay, I don't mind a bit of charred grilled swede. I can smell. I could smell something. Oh, I didn't know what it was. It just smelled like dinner cooking.
The dog stuff at the time. I did their mashed
potato
and I did a little takeaway dinner's worth for upstairs and left it on the doorstep and put Skylar's dinner, sweet potatoes, carrot, minced beef, and a little bit of bovril.
Okay.
Mixed in a little bit of mixed veggies in it.
Okay, I'm in the middle of a reading, but okay, thank you. I know, right? I don't know whether you heard that. Rufus just made our dog's dinner, right? And it was 15% mince because we don't eat that because of being on Slimming World. So he's made it for not just for our two staffies, but upstairs has got a staffy as well who's been a bit off her dinner recently, so he's made her a dinner as well in a little takeaway pot and left it on their doorstep and just said it's their doggy's dinner with a little what on the front with a little sticker saying it was for the dog. Isn't that so amazing? So when Rufus's judgment time comes, you know how his copybook's going to be balanced, don't you? So yeah, this card is all about that, right? It's all about that moment of feeling like you're being judged or judging yourself for what you've achieved in life, right? Have the good things outweighed the bad? Have you, what is it, My Name is Earl, where that person had to go back and make amends for all their stuff that they did wrong to people? It's that. So there is something coming up. It feels, Jack, that this is a really important time, right? It feels like there is a certain amount of almost like there is an appraisal going on, right? A Jack's life appraisal, Jack's soul appraisal, looking at your life, looking at where you are, where life has taken you, what changes you want to make. And it almost feels like for some reason you are either being judged by others or judging yourself, right? That is what it feels like. It feels like you've got this, but this hang on, let me finish the sentence before I move on to the next one. It feels like you are judging yourself, right? The one thing I will say, it's really hard to live up to other people's expectations. It's really hard when you judge yourself to know what you're basing that judgment on, right? You could be really hard on yourself without knowing. If you've been a generally good person in your life, then that's what counts. If you haven't, and you are wanting to make some big changes, then make those big changes, right? But don't be too harsh on yourself. At the end of the day, we are all human. We all mess up. We all make mistakes, right? If someone else is judging you, let them walk a mile in your shoes. If you're judging yourself, remember to be kind, right? We all make the decisions that we make at the time we make them. We make them with the best knowledge we've got. If later on we discover that that decision was wrong, or our priorities change, or we realise that the path we were on wasn't perhaps the best one for us, all of that changes. But forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made on the path that you were on when that path was the right one for you. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, listen, go with it, Jack. Whatever is happening, whatever you are doing at the moment, this appraisal of your soul, this looking at your life, right? Remember, the bad comes with the good comes with the bad. You've got to look at it overall. And listen, just do your best, right? Whatever you're able to do in life, do your best. Do your best. I hope it helps. Don't be harsh on yourself, though. Don't be too harsh on yourself. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much, Jack. And I do hope that helps. Listen, just be kind to yourself. And if other people are judging you for what you've done in life, tell them to do one. Hopefully that helps. I got a bit weird. I got a bit waylaid there because of the Rufus of it all. But yeah, I do hope that helps. Right, let me have a look in the comments. I would if I could go back in the comment. Why is this always so blooming difficult? Right, let me clear that then. Maybe that goes back a little bit further. Yes, it does. Oh, hang on, jumping the gun. What? Marriage? What? Who's getting married? You're good. You've had a lovely weekend, feeling positive. Took a leap of faith and asked the person I've been seeing if she'd like to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. Oh, hang on. You get the clap. Yay! You got a little well done dance as well. Yay! You got the clap. Me and Rufus give lots of people the clap every Tuesday at 5:30 before we go live for the tarot on this channel. Over on our Beyond Authentic Health channel, when we do Slimming World, we do lots of positive reinforcement over there, and we gave lots of people the clap this week. Ellis, it won't be long until engagement, then marriage, then the cradle. Doesn't have to go that way anymore, Sarah. Doesn't have to go that way anymore. You're not jumping the gun that far. No. Isn't that why they called it? No, it's not jumping the gun, jumping the broom. You don't want to jump the broom. I was going to say, wasn't that called a shotgun wedding where you had to jump the shotgun? But no, it was a shotgun wedding because you'd done it in the other order. And then the dad was there with the shotgun. I know, right? You're just saying time flies when you're having fun or happy. Yeah, it does. It does. Before you know it, you'll have been dating for nearly 10 years. I know. Could you believe it? It's probably going to be years, but to you and your girlfriend, it will only feel like months. Oh my God, that is so true, Sarah. Right? With me and him, with me and the boss, it's I literally, I think, and I go, oh, it's probably been what, a couple of years since we got together. Feels like that. Maybe I remember panicking over 3 years because his longest relationship was 3 years. So once we got past the 3-year mark, I was like, well, we're sorted now. My longest relationship was 3 months. So, you know, yeah. But after the 3 years, I could not tell you whether we've been together for 4 years or 8 years, but it's 10 years this year. Isn't that bonkers? That is so mad. A whole decade. Doesn't feel like that. You're simply enjoying things as they are, not taking anything. Exactly. You take a day, each day as it comes, one day at a time, right? That's what you do. Each day as it comes, and then before you know it, a day's become a week, a week's become a month become a season, and a season's become a year. And then you look back and you go, we've been together 47 years. How did that happen? How did that happen? Yep, that's the best way. Absolutely. 100% agree with that. Country, you love y'all's. I love y'all's accents. Y'all. This is where we try and do your accent, and it's blooming awful. I love y'all's accent. You could listen to y'all talk all day. You do realise me and Rufus have very different accents. I don't know whether you picked that up. Especially when I'm aware of my accent and I suddenly talk from Clarence Heights. Very posh. Very posh, very different accents. I will tell him nothing of the sort, Ellis. I will tell him nothing of the sort. He did make me a coffee. I mean, to be fair, the coffee's already in the pot. Do you know what I mean? So I made the coffee earlier. He just needed to add some of my milk into it and bring it over. But yeah, it was all very, very kind. I know. Just remember, she said yes. So you're a good one too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Country was meaning us too. Absolutely, my friend. You get the clap. Yeah, you do. That's what we do on a Tuesday. Melinda, you have to come over to the health channel. Beyond Authentic Health. Right? Imagine there's a health there. We haven't got a sign that says health. Maybe I need to get one. But anyway, we do Slimming World and we talk about food and healthy eating and all sorts of other bits and pieces over there. And when we do the weigh-in results, people share what they've weighed in, not the amount they weigh, but whether they've lost or gained. And people get the clap. And we give lots of people regularly the clap. I know. It's a thing. You got the clap from Lisa and Rufus. It doesn't happen often, let me tell you. Well, now it happens on a weekly basis. But yeah, that's what we do. That means something different where you're from. I have no idea what you mean, Culture NV. Absolutely no idea. I am far too innocent with these things. Wait, there's a health channel. Yeah, didn't you know that? Beyond Authentic Health. Me and Rufus, we now do the live streams in here. We used to do it in our car. But we do the live streams in here. We talk about weight loss. We talk about food optimizing on the Slimming World Healthy Eating Plan. And all of that. We talk about our losses and all sorts of bits and pieces. So yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know what you mean about that. You've been without what? You've been without your other half. It's been 20 years. It's been 20 years since without your other half. I'm sorry about that, my darling. Then suddenly, like today, it's your 35th anniversary. Congratulations, you get the big clap. 35 years, Dormouse. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Congratulations to you and Grumpy. Oh, congratulations. I sounded like no, y'all, no. My accent is terrible. And was somebody shouting? Oh, wow. I'm glad you sorted that out for me, Patricia. I wouldn't have seen it. You need to join the health chat every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. What? The clap means an STD here. I don't know anything about that. I've never had that. Oh, with your other half. Oh, okay, my darling. 20 years for you. My God. My God. No, I wouldn't know. I don't know what any of you are talking about. We give lots of people the clap. It's a very good thing. We give them the clap. I don't know what you mean. I don't know. It must mean the same in America. The clap. You get. It's a clap, right? Do you know? Or sometimes it's called applause. But applause tends to go on a lot longer. That's like. That's the clap. No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Patricia. I don't know what you mean, but no, you've never had the clap either. No, I get the clap. Sometimes I get the clap every Tuesday. When you go to Slimming World, you do get the clap. Yeah, you get the clap. Every Tuesday we get the clap at Slimming World. If you've lost weight, if you haven't lost weight, you get like a, oh wow. But yeah, you get the clap. I don't know what you're all talking about. Yay! Congratulations, Dorma. I know. Just think, Ellis, that'll be you and your girlfriend. Ellis has a girlfriend. Ellis and the girlfriend sitting in a tree. No, that's not right, is it? I can't remember how that goes. But yeah, well done. What? This is Lisa's equivalent of the TikToks of us trying to convince Americans that we have a tea alarm. We do. Has it not gone off? Has yours not gone off yet? It's a bit late for your tea alarm at 8 o'clock. It's normally 4. 4 o'clock. Can you imagine singing the song but with clap? We live for the clap, clap, live for the clap, clap. I don't know why you're all laughing. A participation clap. If you're participating, then sometimes you do get the clap if you've been a participant. If you haven't been participating in activities, then you don't get the clap. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be in it. You've got to be 100% in it and participating fully 100% in with both feet, so to speak. You got to be absolutely in it to get the clap. Do you know what I mean? You can't get the clap by sitting on the outside and just looking on. You've got to be absolutely 100% in it. You've got to be 100% committed and doing things to get the clap. 35 years has had many ups and downs, but you plod along. After all those ups and downs, I'm really surprised you didn't get the clap either, Dormouse. But yeah, well done, my darling. Enchantress, we're getting to another round, Enchantress. They've got me talking about the health and the health channel, Beyond Authentic Health. But I will get to that very shortly. We're going to open another round. Ellis and their girlfriend sitting in a tree. KISSING. What? Kissing. First comes love. Next comes a pram. Is that right? And that's what you say. That's when you say to people, okay, remember, be good. And if you can't be good, buy a pram. That was very good advice that was given to me when I was a kid. Remember, be good. And if you can't be good, get a pram. You're saying what? No, I'm saying when you said if you lost weight, you get a big clap. You do. You get a massive clap. Massive dose of the clap. But if you didn't, you still get a small clap. You do. You call that a participation clap. It is a bit of a participation clap. It is. But it's that, well done, you fat cow. You ate all the chocolate in the shop. Well done. But you turned up. So that's what's important. Well done, fat cow. I mean, well done. Well done. That's that. Yeah, you get the clap. We'll all clap for each other on Tuesday, 5:30 on Beyond Authentic Health. Have a look for it. We've got new idents and things over there for that one as well. Anyway, shall we have a round? I think we should have a round. You've all got me talking about the clap, and I don't often get a clap. Is there such a thing as just a little clap or a lot of clap? You can have. So at Slimming World, you can have the group clap, right? And sometimes the group clap is it's almost debilitating in how big the clap is. it's hard to live it down afterwards, right? There is so much clap around that, like, I have to put it's so much, it's too much clap, right? It's really overwhelming. But a little clap, right? So you've got the participation clap, which is just like, normally I'll be sat there like this with a drink, right? But I'm not going to do it with a drink because you know I will drop it. But I'll have a drink in my hand and we go, oh, that's the participation clap, right? That's the, oh, you ate all the chocolate but you still came, well done. That's the participation clap. The little clap is where you go, well done, blah, blah, blah. You've lost £1 this week. And you go, oh, well done, lost £1. That's the little clap. The big clap is when people go, you've lost £7 this week. Wow, that's half a stone. And the room, everyone in that room claps so much. It's like the biggest, most monumental clap that any, like scientists could study the amount of clapping that happens in that room. There is so much clap, it's unbelievable. But yeah, anyway, shall we have another round? I think it is time for another round because you've all got me off track. There we go. There we go. So then if you would like to get your question in, you can do so by popping your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. You can also send it through as a super chat. That will guarantee that you get the next slot available. And also, if you do send it through as a super chat today, you'll also get the clap. How about that? We'll give you the clap. The whole community here will join together and give you the clap. Together, okay, you'll get the communal clap. How about that? If you send it through as a super chat, that does also that is also the way to get yourself a longer reading. If you want a 6 or 7 card reading, or even sometimes it ends up being a 10 card reading, you can do so by sending it through as a super chat of at least £8 UK or $10 US or the equivalent in your country. So I hope that helps everybody. And yeah, just in case you missed it, or just in case you are new here, have we got, where's the thing gone? Just in case you are new here, here is all of that information in a lovely handy dandy video.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Indeed, just ask one of the moderators. Right then, so I believe culture envy. Culture envy. I get it. That's a funny thing. Let me have a wee look. Who have we got? Oh, we've got new people here as well. Oh my God, we've got new people who joined when I was talking about giving you all the clap. That's a Slimming World thing. So yay. Here, oh no, we can give some of you the clap. Yay. Where's Culture Envies? Let me have a look. So first of all, I've got to say good evening to Isabella Gonsalves. Hopefully I've said that right. To Grace, to Nancy Ray and Enchantress. Good evening to all of you. Let me find Culture Envy's question. There we go. Okay, I've got it. What do I need to know for the week ahead? Let's have a look for you, my darling. What do you need to know for the week ahead? Okie dokie. Let's swap the camera over. We cleanse the space. There we go. Why did you lose it at communal clap? Don't you want to clap with us, Ellis? I don't know what you mean. That's a bit rude. You should. Everybody should get the clap with us. If anybody does send it through as a doodah, as a super chat, then everybody can get the clap. We can get the clap together. We can have a big communal clap. It's fun. I don't understand what that issue would be. Right then, so Culture Envy, Wispy, my friend. Culture Envy would like to know, what do they need to know for this coming week? Ooh, look at that. We've had a card flip. So that is just one card, isn't it? Yes, it is. The 6 of Wands, and it came up reversed. So then, first of all, what do I mean when a card comes up reversed? Well, basically, What it means is, or when a card flips, it's a clarifying or modifying card. That's how we view it on this channel. What that means is Wispy, who is an air elemental and who is basically the keeper of the tarot, he decides to flip a card out of the deck and make a point. Now, this card is going to be the lens, the filter that clarifies any question and modifies the 3 cards I'm about to lay down. Okay, so let's have a look at what is the Six of Wands. Well, the sixes are about community. Okay, so the sixes are about community, about groups, about families, about connections. Bear with me one second. Oh, I do apologise. I've got hiccups. Because I took a mouthful of coffee. I think that's why. So then, this, as I say, is about community with the 6. Wands is all about self-esteem, self-confidence, how you see yourself, all of those lovely positive things. It is reversed. So this is giving us a little bit of a moment to maybe think about, is there something this week where you need to be almost faking it till you make it? Do you know what I mean? You have to put on that nothing's going to phase me face. Do you know what I mean? Where you're just like, you're turning up to work and maybe you don't get, I was going to say maybe you don't get the clap, but you know what I mean. Maybe you have to go to work and just keep that face on, even though you're getting bad news, or even though, do you know what I mean? It's like there is something coming this week where you are going to need to find a way to still appear relatively confident around people, even if you're not feeling it, right? That's what that reversal's given me. But let's go into it for sure, Wispy. So where you are right now, the Knight of Cups, an emotional card. I'm going to actually, let me just move this. Oh, sorry everybody, bear with. There we go. Let me move this down a little bit. There you go. So, Knight of Cups, an emotional card. Knights are all about rebellious teenage energy. They're about that sort of acting first, thinking later. The Queen of Cups coming in, an emotional card. Again, this is a very nurturing card, but it's also a card because, as you can see, this person is sat at this desk. Now, they are wearing pink new rock. No, they're not. Pink DMs, which I also have a pair of pink DMs. They've got a purple cloth, which I also use when I do my tarot reading. They've got a tarot deck, some water for scrying, crystals, runes. They're wearing a pentacle. Is this me? I don't know. It could be. It could be me in the future. This could be my future. But the Queen of Cups, queens are all about nurturing energy. Cups are all about loving energy. You put those two together, this is a really warm and loving card. A really, like, there is a lot of warmth and also a lot of just a lot of really, really positive energy with this card. And then we've got this. Okay, then we get the Ten of Swords reversed to kind of put the kibosh on things. So the Knight of Cups, let's have a look for the week ahead. The Knight of Cups is that rebellious teenage energy, right? There is something here in your love sector, in your romance. This doesn't necessarily need to be your, if you're in a partnership or if you're in a relationship, it doesn't necessarily need to be that. It could be a very close friend. It could be a family member. But there is something here about acting a little bit quickly, acting before you're thinking, going with the heart instead of the head, that sort of vibe that's going on. So there's something here about something where you are being led by the heart, not necessarily against your better judgment, but maybe out of a place of not having a lot of confidence. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there is something that is happening where your better gods or better angels, I can't remember what the phrase is, but this is where you're basically your better voices in your head, right? The ones that say, oh, I wouldn't pet that dog, it looks a bit angry. Do you know that voice? Or the voice that says, oh, it's probably not a good idea to steal that lipstick from the shop or whatever. Probably not a good idea to do that, even though the knight is like, oh, I could just, they forgot to put a scanner, like ding dong, what's it called? An alarm sticker on this, I could just put it in my pocket, right? That's like the teenage voice. And then the adult voice says, oh yes, but stealing is wrong and it's immoral and blah, 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 blah. All of those things, right? That adult voice, it's like that isn't going to kick in, because it's almost like you're going to be led by the heart, perhaps a bit easily led with something this coming week, right? And what you need to know, this Queen of Cups, I don't know whether this is a motherly figure or just you needing or Wispy, go again. Give me that again. I don't know whether it's almost like I don't know whether it's like it almost feels like a motherly vibe. Is this duty? Is this doing it out of a duty? It could be, right. So it could be, again, I don't know whether your parents are still alive. I don't know how old you are. I don't know any of that situation. But if there is some motherly type figure in your life, so it could be a partner that has your child. It could be your mother, you know, somebody in that would fill that matriarchal role for you. If there is somebody in your life right now, don't do things just because, either because they tell you to or because it's a way of appeasing them somehow, right? This has got this bit of a darker overtone with this Six of Wands coming in reversed. It's almost saying, I don't think she's manipulative, but it feels a bit like out of love. Right. Thank you for that clarification. You're single and there's no love around. You're not talking. This does feel, though, this really does feel not appeasing the maternal energy makes sense. Okay, is this a really like effed up energy? Is it really effed up energy? Because with this Six of Wands, do you know what it's like? It's like, with this teenage energy, it's like feeling like you are being scolded by a parent, right? It feels like, you know, when they say, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. It feels like that energy that is coming through. And it's almost like it's making you feel like you're a naughty teenager. When you're under my roof, you have to be in by 10 o'clock. And if you're not, which is fine when you're like 15, it's not fine when you're 38. Do you know what I mean? I once did, I know, right? Look at me interrupting myself. I once did this to my parents, right? They, years and years, I mean, bearing in mind, both my parents have been dead for years now, but years and years and years and years ago, both my mum and dad came to stay with me. It's before they separated, right? So we're talking years and years and years. And I lived in a shit house. It was a really cheap area, cheap house. I was earning minimal wage job working in a pub, but I did the best I could one Christmas, and they both came up at Christmas time, and I cooked and I did everything. But I sat them both down when they first came up. I sat them on the sofa and I said, right, you two, this is my house, so you're here by my rules, which means if you want a cup of coffee, just go and make one. Just invite me, ask me if I want one. If you want to go to bed at any time you want. If that's 4 a.m, fine. Do you know what I mean? And I literally was like, these are my rules. Do you know what I mean? And I literally was like, I made a joke out of it, but there was a little part of me that was like, yeah, damn right, it's my rules. You're in my world now. B word. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, my candle just burnt out. So if this energy is that kind of toxic maternal energy, right? But look for Shauna the Mum, SHAWNA, on YouTube. She's an amazing creator. She does lots of skits. One of the characters that she plays, like loads of different characters. One of the characters she plays is her own the character's mother-in-law, right? The mother-in-law is the epitome of toxic motherhood, right? It's literally, but I'm your mother. Why wouldn't you want to invite me out? In one of them, the Barb's daughter and husband or boyfriend are going out to dinner. The mum turns up unexpected, and they're like, okay, well, we're just going out now, Bob. We're just literally going out for dinner. Oh, okay. Well, I'll text your father and let him know to meet us at the restaurant. And the daughter's like, but mum, we were going out together. What? So you don't want to invite your own mother to dinner? Oh, is that? And then she's like, oh no, mum, come along. That toxic mother vibe is what I'm getting from this card, right? Specifically with this 10 of Swords, this is what is happening, like the end of this week, next week. This is the energy that's going to be going on. This 10 of Swords. So Swords is your trouble and strife card. 10 is overflowing. So this is hurdles, this is challenges, this is obstacles. The 10 is overflowing, right? This poor bird, look, if I show it upright, this poor bird has had these needles stuck in them, right? Not just enough, luckily for YouTube, this this fluid that has come out of the bird is a white, depicted in white, so we know it isn't anything from the bird itself. It just happened to land in a puddle of white paint. It's definitely not red, so we know it isn't anything like that. Thank you very much, YouTube. But you can see all of these pins have gone in, these swords have gone in, and this is the soul waiting to be reborn again in a new egg, right? So the 10 of Swords is like, this is the death of 1,000 cuts, right? When it's reversed, it's even more intense. It feels like whatever energy that this toxic mother is bringing, it feels like it hasn't reached its end yet, right? This week is going to be a key time. And I wouldn't be surprised if after this week, there was a proper, divide. Spot on. You're in your mid-30s and your mum is pretending you're still under her thumb to preserve her self-image. Death by 1,000 cuts is spot on. It's almost like you know when they've got a vicious tongue, and it's like, in this case, it's not death of 1,000 cuts, it's the death of 1,000 tongue lashings, where every single time they throw those barbed comments, another bit of your respect, another bit of that childhood, more and more of the rebellious teenager kind of going, do you know what, go do one. More of that energy comes out, and there's less and less of that, but you're the mother, do you know what I mean? There's less of that vibe. This week it's going to come to a head, right? Listen, don't try not to react to this, right? It almost feels if she's not getting, Wispy, give me that again. If she's not getting the response that she wants, right, she's going to up the ante this week. It feels like, be prepared for phone calls from a hospital room because she's had a panic attack, or, thought she was having a heart attack, or thought she was, that's the mic. Thought she was doing this, that, or the other, right? Be prepared for all of that to come through this week. Be prepared for whatever it is, right? She isn't going to be sat there lovey. Be prepared for it to somehow, try to almost be escalated, right? With hand on heart, I cannot say cut her out your life, right? Because even some of you will know, incredibly toxic sibling, even that person, I still have, that door is closed, but it isn't locked. The key is in the lock, it just isn't locked yet. So that door can be opened. That door can be stepped through. It will take work from their part, but it can be worked on, right? I'm just the one that's decided to close that door, put the key in the lock, and almost lock it forever. I haven't quite got to that point. They are blocked on everything. There are still ways that they can reach me if something catastrophic happened, for, if in case, woe betide, something happened to them and their daughter needed somewhere to live or whatever, if in case of worst possible case scenario, there is still that little way of contacting me, but that's the only possible way, right? I wouldn't be surprised if after this week that you don't end up in some sort of similar situation where the doors are closed, opportunities for contact are closed. It feels very much, especially with this Six of Wands being reversed, it feels very much like there's going to be an attempt to undermine you. And yeah, be prepared, right? I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Bring on the drama, Mum. You're ready. Yeah, forewarned, as Patricia just put there. Forewarned is forearmed. Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. The only way to appreciate family is to put distance. Yep, that I would say that. Well, no, not family, blood relations. Because family are the people you spend your life with, right? Family are the people. There are people on this channel that I interact with more in the last 6 months than I have done with members of my own family in the last 10 years. So there are people on this channel, without going into a parasocial relationship or whatever they call it, without going into something like that, like the mods on this channel, I speak to, I interact with on a fairly regular basis. We chat on a Bluetooth. No, we chat on a WhatsApp group. Do you know what I mean? We're there. We send pictures of our pets and things. And if one of us is having a hard time, we step in and we help out, and we offer our support and love and care, and we outreach to each other. That's more than the majority of my family have done for the majority of my life. So family for me isn't the people I happen to be born with a DNA connection to. Family for me are the people I choose to spend my time with, which invariably is not people I have a blood relation to. But anyway, I hope that helps, culture. Listen, let us know how things go, right? Let us know how things go. I think you said you're in your mid-30s. Listen, we're a bunch of nosy buggers here, right? So we all feel very much that we want to know what goes on in each other's lives. But remember, keep your private information private, do all of that. But just remember, every Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock, every Sunday evening, 7 o'clock, or 6 p.m. on Sunday for the members. We are here, right? And if you need somewhere to come and just go, a little update, this is what's happened, I am absolutely positively sure that the regulars here, our regular subscribers, our members and our mods would absolutely be able to say to you, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I hope you're feeling a little bit, you know, you've done the right thing, or, oh, I'm really sorry that happened, or whatever it is. Just if you need that sort of support, I hope that helps. Right, let me have a look. You're so, no worries. I hope it helps, my darling. Yes. Oh, this is great advice, Sarah. Hang on, let me go. Why can't I go up in the chat? Sometimes I think I need new batteries for this mouse. If and when it gets to the point of you wanting to bite back, just walk away. Exactly. This is something I have learned from watching a lot of Amberlyn Reid's content. She's a very toxic person, a YouTuber who is 500 and some odd pounds. She basically started off doing a weight loss channel at 300 pounds, and in her weight loss journey has gained something like 250 pounds in that time, and lost a bit and gained a lot. But she's incredibly toxic to her partners. Every girlfriend she's had, she's been incredibly toxic to. She's made all sorts of claims of this, that and the other. She's a very, very negative person, and when people confront her on her negative attitude, she's very, very quick and very, very thinks it's almost believable but not quite, but to try and gaslight people and to tell them that what they're feeling isn't valid, what they've said or what she said is absolutely correct, and the other person who has receipts and back up they're lying, they're this, that and the other. She's very good at that gaslighting. It feels like that maternal figure in the middle, she knows what buttons to press, right? And if you get to that point where she's pressing those buttons, and as Sarah said, you feel like you're going to bite back because she is gaslighting and she's doing all of that, all of those manipulation techniques, just say, do you know what? I'm going now. I need to go home. I need to go somewhere that isn't this toxic, and I'll speak to you when I speak to you. And off you go. But yeah, I hope that helps, culture. I really do. Do you know what? Many of us have blood relations that aren't always on our side. Melinda, you still believe we're distant cousins? Yep. Melinda Brown literally thinks that we are distant cousins, somehow related, because we are so similar, even though I am 6'2" tall. I know I am a giantess, and Melinda is like 2'6". I think that's right. Like Melinda's like a wee small one, and I'm a giantess. But apart from that, we're identical. Yeah, listen, right? Just surrounding yourself by nice people, surrounding yourself by people that you care for, right? And caring for them openly and honestly. That's the way you get that that chosen family. Absolutely, country. I totally agree. The best family is the ones you handpick for yourself. Absolutely. Your chosen family will find you and choose you. Good luck for the next few weeks. You can handle it. Absolutely, my darling. You absolutely can. Oh, look at this quote from Labyrinth. Culture, should you need us? Yes, should you need us? Absolutely, that's a quote from Labyrinth. Good evening to Ed. Ed has joined us. WB, welcome back. I got there. Hello, Ed, says Patricia. Hello. Have we all remembered? Oh, we haven't. I keep forgetting. Could you all hit that thumbs up button, please? Could you all do the YouTubey things? Hit that thumbsy uppy button. That would be lovely. And then can you let me know how many thumbs up we've got? How many thumbs up have we got? Hang on. Cousins on your dad's side. So, so your dad's side could be connected to my dad's side. That would be... We're going to have to look at our family trees, aren't we? That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to look at our family trees. You love Labyrinth. Wow, distant cousins indeed. We're very distant cousins. Thank you for the reminder, Ed. Exactly. Go ahead and hit those thumbs up buttons, and then can you all let me know how many we've got? Because I can't see it on this end. I can't see it at all. But while you're doing that, I think there's going to be no more room for super chats tonight, but we can have another round. Let's have another. Oh, I pressed the wrong one, but absolutely go for it, everybody. If you would like a question, no, that one. If you would like a, how do I remove that? Can I remove it? Can I remove that from here? Oh, yes, I can. If you would like a tarot reading, all you need to, no, apparently I can't. Apparently I cannot delete this. Why can't I delete my own question? That sucks. Right. Okay. So the next round is officially open. Do put your question into the chat now, starting with the word question. One of those will get selected at random as we go along. Don't forget, by the way, this will be the last reading tonight, probably, unless it's a super duper quick one, in which case we might be able to squeeze another one in. So you've got one more chance for a question to get your question in. I am going to say no more super chats though, please. So please don't send any more super chats. If you do send a super chat at this point, I won't be able to read for you, my darling, but I will, and also I won't be able to refund it because YouTube doesn't let us do that. But do please go ahead, pop your question into the live chat right now, starting with the word question. Yes, indeed. Ask one of our mods. I've got to say, tonight, Patricia is doing an amazing job tonight for for everybody, for me, and for everybody on this channel. I know Ed has popped in now, but for the majority of this evening, Patricia has been on mod duty single-handed. So can I just ask everybody, can you all please give Patricia the clap? Can you all give Patricia the clap? Put the clapping emoji into the chat if you can do, and can you all please give Patricia the clap? That would be absolutely lovely. I'm going to give her a couple of bells. There we go. But if you can all give our lovely Patricia the clap, because she absolutely deserves the clap tonight. She's done a blooming wonderful job keeping the chat moderated and safe. She's had to put people in timeout and other things. So if you can flood the chat please with the clap. Make sure that everybody, we give Patricia tonight the best clap that it's possible for us to do. That would be lovely. Thank you ever so much. Right then, who did we say was the who was the keeper of the question? Isabella. Isabella, you've got your what's the spider for? Clap, no entry spiders. I don't know what that means. No entry to a cave. You don't want clap in a spider cave. I don't know what you mean. Bit weird. Isabella, I'm looking for your question. Here we go. What is T's energy towards you? Let's find out in the cards, shall we? Don't forget, everybody, as I always say, tarot is for entertainment purposes only. Hopefully tonight's been entertaining for everybody, even if you didn't get a reading. But let's have a look. So, as always, we are going to cleanse the energy in the area that we read for. Like so. And I'm going to ask Whiskey? Oh, I wish. No, I don't. Wispy, I'm sorry. But we're going to ask Wispy to pop in one last time this evening, Wispy, because the lovely Isabella Goncalves, I wish I knew how to pronounce things properly. But Isabella would like a reading, please. She'd like to know what is T's energy towards her. So what is T's energy towards Isabella Goncalves? That's what we would like to know. Don't forget, everybody, if you weren't able to get a reading tonight, do please keep an eye out on this channel, because I will be putting into the description on the main channel page, I will be reviving the link to the Fiverr gig tomorrow morning. Okay, that will be going live again. Well, I say tomorrow morning, tomorrow. It will be some point tomorrow. So do pop back, and if you would like to book a tarot reading, you can go and find me over there on Fiverr. But also we will be back on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. UK time as well. So do put a note in your diary for that. If you have hit the subscription bell button, do change your bell and make sure that YouTube notifies you each and every time that we go live. So then, right, we've got the Two of Cups in where you are. We've got the Hanged One. Don't be too worried, it's not a negative card in the what you need to know. And in the future potential, we've got the Six of Swords. So let's have a look at that for you, my darling. So then, let's have a look. So what does the Two of Cups mean? Well, the Two of Cups is all about a romantic partnership. So it depends. What is T to you, my darling? Because you're asking what T's energy is towards you. The Two of Cups is very, very, very definitively romantic. So it's very much looking at that romantic, that couple energy. Twos are always for me about couples. Two become one, people coming together. And you've got this wonderful element where cups is all about the emotions, right? So anytime you see water, it's emotions in the tarot deck, no matter what the card is. I'll explain that to come. But the Two of Cups is all about couples. It's all about that, taking those first steps, moving forward into that wanting that relationship, right? That is what the Two of Cups represents. Occasionally, it can be looking at platonic friendship, but it would be one of those platonic friendships that go, you know, you've known each other for 70 years and it's a mutual destruction pact. If you know, they spill your secrets, you spill theirs, and that's it. Like, you know, it's cataclysmic damage. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of connection. But normally this would represent a couple. In terms of what you need to know about T, the Hanged One is all about sacrificing for the greater good and waiting, playing the long game. Okay, so you can see in this card, this person is underwater, but they're choosing to be underwater, and they're in this very particular Japanese rope art. This particular form of Japanese rope work, right? So they are choosing this. Obviously, this is a bit of a fantasy thing. This isn't real. Please don't do this type of knot work and be underwater. That's not a good thing. But you can see they are choosing to be in this. They are tied, but they are not stuck in this position, right? They can get out of this anytime they want. They just, if you look at this foot, right, there's a taut bit of rope there. If you twist your foot round, you'll get out of that, everything comes undone, and all of a sudden you're free and you're bobbing along on the surface of the water. But the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man in traditional tarot, represents sacrifice. It represents hanging on the tree of life for the knowledge of the runes, right? And it represents waiting for the right time and the right moment. Now, in a love reading, or in a reading where you're looking at someone's energy, if this is to do with a love reading, then you need to maybe see how things go, right? And I'm not going to say be patient, but you almost need to kind of go with it. Do you know what I mean? You almost kind of need to wait for the right moment, wait for things to fall into place. It could be that this person is already, you know, still involved with something, a situationship or something. It could be that this person is, you know, currently for whatever reason unavailable, or they are completely available, but they don't know how you feel. Likewise, it could be that there's been a bit of a falling out in the past, and there's a bit of uncertainty as to how to move forward, and maybe they're biding their time until they get, you know, until things have worked themselves out. Does that make sense? The Six of Swords, however, in the future opportunity, now normally this would be quite a negative card. In this position, it is still quite neggy, but not full on, right? I'll explain that, because it doesn't feel... Okay, Wispy, I'm going to pull a... Hang on, let me pull a... Right, Wispy, let me pull a clarifying card for this Six of Swords, because it doesn't feel horrendous. So the next card would be... Okay, right, okay. Wheel of Fortune again. So, Six of Swords, with the Wheel of Fortune off in the distance. So Swords is about hurdles, challenges, obstacles, right? These are the lessons that you learn. The sixes are about, as I said earlier, this is about community, this is about family, this is about a unit of people around you and learning lessons. So this is really interesting. It's if it was this way up, it would be saying that you are taking those issues with you, you're trying to escape from them, you're trying to move on, but you're taking the baggage along with you. This way up feels like it's almost like you're wanting, or T is wanting, to make some significant changes, but is scared because of perhaps their past, or perhaps your past together, right? So I don't know what the connection is between you, but if you've had a past together, if there's been some sort of relationship there already, or some sort of connection already, situationship, and it's not been, it's not gone as well as you both would have liked, it almost feels like T doesn't want to rehash or reopen old wounds, but also isn't quite sure how to move forward, because this Wheel of Fortune card coming up, the Wheel of Fortune is all about risk and it's all about opportunities, but with those rewards does come risk, right? There are rewards in place. It's all this feels very much like T wants to somehow reconnect in a different way, but maybe is waiting for you to give a green light. Does that make any type of sense, Isabella? It really does feel as if there is almost like there is this element here where T is wanting to make some sort of almost like a big bold gesture with this Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, right? It's the Hanged One is about sacrifice and waiting for the right moment and all of these lovely things. The Wheel of Fortune is about taking life by the reins, taking the bull by the horns, and literally changing things. But it's a big risk. Do you know what I mean? It's a big gamble. So things might go incredibly well. Things might go fantastic, but they might not. And the question that is coming back with this card about timing is the gamble, is it worth it? But kind of, is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? Is whatever the risk is getting back with you, or getting into a relationship with you, is getting into, you know, admitting to feelings or anything like that, moving the relationship on in some way, or getting back into a relationship if you've been connected before, is that worth the risk? Because it feels like this is going to be a big step, and at the moment I don't think T really understands where they are or where you are in relation to T. Does that make sense, my darling? It feels like if you were to give a bit of clarity, if you were to say, I don't know, you know, perhaps if you were to ask me out on Friday evening, I'm not doing anything else. Do you know what I mean? Or if you were to, I don't know, if you were to invite me to dinner, if you were to come round on my birthday, do you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like there's something there. It feels like there's something there where there's a good opportunity for how can I put it? It feels like, right? Let me say it like this. Whatever the connection or situationship has been, it does feel with this Wheel of Fortune card that there is an opportunity here for T to connect, right? But it feels like that's a really big step somehow, right? That's a big move. I don't know whether T is like, it could be that T's the same gender as you, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is us going into a same-sex relationship or same-gender relationship. Or it could be that T is in something that they're trying to get out of, and being openly with you means that they've got to, you know, leave something else, or, you know, they've got to move across country, or they've got to quit a job because they're your boss. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's these, whatever the ramifications are, it's a big step. This Wheel of Fortune card is, it's like the reward is fantastic, but the risk of it going wrong is also pretty big as well. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like T is perhaps wanting to take that step and wanting to do that big gesture, but doesn't know how you're going to respond, or doesn't know how it will turn out, and is worried about that. So whatever that big gesture is, if it's, again, I said earlier in a previous reading, a lot of places you can't have people on the same employment, like people who work in the same office dating. So it could be something where for you two to be together, T has to change something fundamental about their life, right? So they have to change department if it's a work thing, whatever it is. This is a big deal, right? It's a lot. It's more than just, I'll meet you at Starbucks at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's more than that, right? Whatever this is, whatever this Wheel of Fortune is, it's a big bloody step for them, and also for you. And that's where the doubt is coming in. I hope that helps, my darling. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question. And I think if you know that you want to be with T, either again or in that way, or for the first time, or whatever it is, right? If you know that T is somebody that you want to commit to, or at least be open to commit to, then I think you need to make that clear. Because at the moment, it feels like for whatever reason, that's a big step for T, out of the frying pan. Is it into the fire? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I think if you were to clarify that, then that would probably help them move forward. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much. Let me have a look in the chat. Oh no, hang on, why is it doing that? There we go. I hope that helps, Isabella. Hang on. Oh, why can't I go up in the chat? This is so annoying. Why won't it go forward? You live very far away. Maybe that's it. That could well be it. Oh, that would be the big step. That would be why it's a major arcana. If being together means either you moving to where T is or T moving to where you are, that big step, that's what it means, right? So if it's a long distance thing and you're not wanting to do it long distance, you're wanting to do it like face to face, sounds wrong, but you know what I mean, in person, like in the same city or whatever it is. If that is what that big step, that big gesture would be with that Wheel of Fortune, then that you can see where the risk and reward comes in, right? It could go fantastic. The two of you could move in together, be absolutely wonderful, or move to the same town or move country or whatever it is, right? So you could do that, but then what if it all goes wrong? Is one of you then left in a different country, town, city, whatever it is, and then doesn't know anybody? Do you know what I mean? It's a big commitment to move if you're not going to do that long distance thing. So it could well be like that. Unusual hangman, but cool. It's a very unusual hangman card. If you know what the Japanese rope art is, it has a whole lot of other meaning into it as well. What's this? Oh, good evening there. No problem, Isabella. Thank you, Sarah, for trying to help. But it does get a little confused. Oh, hang on. What is going on? There we go. Do I need to clear this before it will even move forward in the chat now? Apparently I do. Apparently I can't have a chat message on screen and go up in the chat. Why has that changed? Oh, Jesus. There we go. No, honestly, Sarah, it's not about stepping on toes. It's literally because lots of people putting things in the chat that are like mod things. It gets confusing as to who's a mod. And then people go, oh, okay, we'll go and do this, we'll go and do that. And then it leaves it open for lots of people to put things in the chat. And that gets very confusing. We've had it in the past where, you know, people can put things in the chat thinking they're trying to help. So like somebody could put in the chat, why don't you send it as a super chat? You're here every week, send it as a super chat if you really, you know what I mean? And that's not what we want to do. And I'm not saying you would do that in 100 years, but that's why we've got the mods who I all know in person and I've known for many years. And that's why we've got the mods, and that's why the mods are like that, if that makes sense. I know a lot of channels have mods that are just from followers and from subscribers, but obviously I know our mod squad, I know them all in person, even though it's been a long time since I've seen some of them, even though they don't live more than half an hour away, Ed. Just putting that out there. We need to go for coffee, Ed. But yeah, that's the only reason, Sarah, so don't take it personally, but that's why I think Patricia was saying it's just the mods that put those in, because otherwise it just gets confusing. But thank you ever so much for helping. I know it does. It's a weird thing, the YouTubes. Trust me, as your channel grows. By the way, do check out Sarah's channel. It's the same as the name, Shannon Demdike, the Wicker Midnight Crafter. Sarah does unboxings of all the witchy boxes, I think, that are available in the UK. But as you grow your channel, hopefully you don't, but you might come across some people who act as a friend and then aren't, or act as somebody who wants to help and then don't. We've had that on more than one occasion over the years, and with some very difficult very difficult, very big ramifications in some cases. But the least said about that right now, the better. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us on the stream. Thank you very much for everybody who asked questions. Thank you very much for everybody who... Why is that doing that? What? Hang on. Oh, there we go. That one. Yay! That's what I was trying to do. God Lord. But yes, thank you everybody for being here tonight. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to the members. Thank you to the mods. And thank you to everybody who has joined us. And again, as I always say, I will see you next time. So the next time I'm due to go live for everybody in general will be on Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. Friday evening, I'll be doing a members only. Stay tuned, members, for what time I'm going to do that. Probably 6 a.m. No, 6 p.m. UK time. Hi, Holland. Holland comes in with the clap at the very last minute. Hi, Holland. I hope you're well, Holland. I hope everything's okay, my friend. So yeah, what have I just said? What have I said? Friday night, 6 p.m. UK time. Sunday night, 6 p.m. UK time for the members. So Friday and Sunday at 6 for members. And then Sunday at 7 for the general video live stream. I'm forgetting what I've said. You know what I mean. Anyway, I hope that helps. And I hope that's cleared up. And you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway. Excuse me, I've drunk my coffee whilst trying to talk, and unfortunately I've swallowed an awful lot of air, and it's not coming up in hiccups now, it's coming up in burps. So I'm going to go now because it is blooming disgusting. I do apologise if you heard that. Hopefully I hit the mute button in time. Anyhow, I will see you all very, very soon. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will definitely catch you on the next one, which should be Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.